Hey, seventh period. Welcome to week 5. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I'm going to give you a brief tour of this week's assignment 4.8, the Civil War number 2 hyperdoc. This one is structured very much like last week, except there's a lot more choice and range of challenge. So here's what you're going to find. The learning outcome for this week: understand information from video and text in order to respond to and synthesize ideas, share and respond to your peers' ideas in an online discussion. So this week is structured a lot like last week. You're going to do some research, synthesize your thinking, share it in a Padlet, and we're going to do an online discussion. But I'm also planning for kind of small group breakout discussion for Thursday's class as well. A little heads up if you want to, comb your hair. Okay, driving questions this week. After you do some research, you're gonna answer only 2 of these. They're listed in order from most straightforward, simply the task is to understand, all the way up to an application of the ideas that you learn. So 1 is the easiest, and then a little bit more challenging to 3. So you're asked to understand what were the general effects or outcomes of the Civil War. So this could be really concrete things like specific amendments. You'll learn that the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments were passed just after the war ended. Or it could be longer lasting things like impact to economies decades later, or long-term legacies like how did it change national identity, etc. Okay. Or you could try and analyze and really think about how did life for different groups of people change after the Civil War. So in this case, you're thinking of groups like Northerners or Southerners, women, African Americans, freed slaves or slave owners, etc. More challenging still would be to apply what you learn and really think about, okay, what can we learn about the present by studying the Civil War? So why does it matter today? Some historians like playing around with this question of, is the Civil War really over? So you could think about, in what ways are we still fighting some of the metaphorical battles that brought on the Civil War? Here's an optional schedule. Many of you said that you enjoyed that last time. So I broke down by task number and gave you some timeline recommendations. Task number 1, if you just do that on a single day, it would take about 20 minutes. Task 2, this will be the longest because some of the readings that you will choose from are a little bit long. And then Thursday, plan on about 45 minutes for class time, and then 10 minutes on Friday to just turn in the assignment. This hyperdoc is what you'll turn in, and then do the weekly reflection form. Please note this, just like last week, you really need to add to the Padlet in step 4 before you come to class on Thursday. That will really help us have rich conversation, okay? Please, if you need help, come see me in my office hours. This week, my office hours are a little bit different, you guys. I have to cancel my classes on Monday. My grandmother passed away last week, and with the stay-at-home order lifting, we actually are allowed to have a little burial ceremony. So I'll be at the cemetery on Monday morning. So no office hours. If you want some help, though, come and see me Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday morning in my Google Meet room, or shoot me an email, and we can make different arrangements. So here's what you need to plan for. You're going to take notes as you explore 2 videos and 2 articles of your choosing. I don't care how you take notes. I always prefer to do it by hand because it helps me remember information better. But so you can do that just in a regular old notebook if you want. Or I built you a little optional digital note taker with the questions here, and then just a space for you to, with each task, record what you learn. So this, if you click on this link, it will just make a copy for you, and then you can choose to take notes digitally if that's better for you. Okay, so task 1, choose 2 videos to watch and take notes. These crash course videos, you guys know what to expect with those. Here are some Khan Academy videos. This one, this one, comparing the effects. This one is probably the most challenging in terms of caliber of ideas. So these 2 might be a little bit more straightforward. This one will be the hardest. Anyway, so after you choose 2 different ones that you want to watch, and then you take some notes, in the respond box, you're just going to read over your notes and write down 3 main ideas that you learned. What are 3 most important takeaways from what you learned? Task 2, same idea. You're going to take some notes from 2 different texts that you choose to read. They are listed from easiest to most challenging. So this News ELA text set, remember you can change the reading level to fit your needs. So this has about 3 or 4 articles in it that you could pick from. This is just a really clean, short section from a textbook. And then these are some more challenging as you go down. These middle ones are challenging because some of them contain opinions. This Gilder Lehrman site is challenging because of the text complexity. This is really college level reading. So again, you're going to choose 2, take notes, and then read over your notes and just write down 3 main ideas. Then, like last week, many of you noticed that this was hard because you actually have to really understand the information in order to answer these deeper critical thinking questions. So here again are just the driving questions from above. You're going to choose 2. Write a 5-sentence response here to the 2 that you want, and then copy paste those into this Padlet. Like I said, it looks a lot like last week, but it's just a little bit more, okay? And then, a handful of you guys said you really wanted to learn a lot about the Civil War. We are not going to be able to do that in a couple weeks of online learning. Sorry, team. That's just not what we've got the systems in place for. So, those of you who are interested and want to just explore a little bit more, I listed for you lots of cool resources. This is a full length film. By full length, I mean like 9 hours. Really cool, high quality documentary. This is an animated battle map. Those of you guys interested in like military history, this is just a 30-minute film put together by battlefields.org that will really get into some nitty-gritty of like the Battle of Shiloh, the Battle of Antietam and Gettysburg, and some of the big turning points in the war. And then these last 3 have some primary documents and then just a bunch of different websites. So please explore. Those of you guys who are really interested in this topic and like to learn about these concrete historical events, please do take the opportunity to explore. And if you want to explore these links at the bottom instead of these 2 articles, I'm totally fine with that. You just got to let me know. Okay. All right. So this is the HyperDoc that you found on Google Classroom. This is the document that you will turn in by Friday at 2:00. Please try and get to that Padlet and add your thinking before class on Thursday. And if you have any questions at all, please come to my office hours, shoot me an email, whatever you need, okay? I hope you guys are doing well. I look forward to seeing you again this week. Okay, thanks.